Hi folks, my name is William, and with this video I'm exposing myself as an adult fan of LEGO to share my adventures in building LEGO RC cars. There are infinitely many ways to build a LEGO RC car, and if you're really into this stuff, surely you've gone down the rabbit hole already. I went ahead with the power functions motors that LEGO has unfortunately now discontinued. I got a couple of years ago, and I think this is probably the fifth iteration on my RC car design. Little truck. Got a spring-loaded bumper to it because I kept running it into stuff and it would blow apart. This design uses the LEGO Power Functions XL motor coupled with a differential type assembly and a servo motor for the steering. I'll show you how it works with a standard LEGO remote. Why don't we have a look at a few of the previous iterations that got us to this point. Version 3 of the LEGO RC car functions working pretty good. The XL motor with the two-stage gear reducer works pretty good too. The steering gear reduction mechanism is also a two-stage little gear reducer with a bevel gear. Alright, so here is the fourth iteration of a LEGO RC car, my own design. I'll show you how it works real quick. The rear wheels are driven off of this XL motor. There's a single stage of gear reduction feeding into the differential that then feeds another stage of gear reduction before the rear axles. Differential allows both the rear wheels to spin independently so that while turning they can spin at different rates. Steering is a rack and pinion type setup. You can see the servo motor turns a finite amount for each command from the little remote. Let me pull the battery pack off to show you kind of what we're doing. The drivetrain is just about the same as it was in the last car. I think I'm going to try to relocate the motor to be on top of the differential. The steering needs a little bit of a redesign. I mean, this works fine, but I want to figure out a better way to make sure that the rack and pinions stay engaged, because if this hits something and this flexes downwards, the gears will slip out and the steering will be out of alignment. Alright, here's version 5.2. Like I said, I relocated the motor on top of the differential, added an extra stage of gear reduction so the top speed should be a little bit higher. I went through a couple of different versions of the steering setup, but I'm still not happy with it, so I still got some work to do. And I added suspension, which I've always kind of wanted to do. But to be completely honest, I'm over it. I'd rather it be rock solid and as minimal as necessary. And I don't know. Alright, here we have the skeleton of version 5.3. I finally figured out the problem with the steering, and it's that I've had the steering rack on the bottom little, tie rod, if you will, which meant that when I would smash into stuff, it would pop out down and separate the rack from the gear. By putting the rack on the upper little steering linkage, you can sandwich that linkage with this little piece here, and it's not going anywhere. Alright, so I think I'm going to try to build a body for this thing, probably harvest some bricks from this little car and, you know, here and there.
Oh, you're still here. Well, anyway, after the challenging and interesting exercise of marrying standard Lego bricks to Technics pieces to build the body of this truck, I think I'm about ready to tear it apart and build something new, because really, that's the fun of Lego. And I hope that if you're building your own Lego RC car, that it's going well, that maybe this video has been enlightening or encouraging in some way, and that once you're done, you get that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling that you designed and made something that's cool and fun, and that maybe you even learned a little something along the way. Bye!